with the dude that made 300 million in 2024. I watched him before he got to 300 million go from 500 to 1 million in 30 days. So back then, I'm just like, God not gonna show me something that I can't do. So it's a matter of me. It's like I ask God for patience, and He gonna give me opportunities to be patient. It's that. And so we doing it in the market as well. So people want these big giant account flips, but you can't do it if you're only willing to hold it for so long because sometimes our drawdown like between later US session going into early Asian session, and I say the market has swung down like maybe 25 to 30 pips, but that's nothing
Mhm.
compared to where we were like GU by itself. If okay, we were supposed to enter GJ last night. GJ shot up like 200 pips. GU shot up from 33 to 34, 100 pips. But from those 100 pips, well, okay, it was like 160 pips at its highest, but now it's pulling back and it's pulled back like 70 pips. So it's like, can you handle a 70 pip pullback in order to catch, say, from this swing to 133 to the high, swing low to swing high would be 300. Can you handle a 70 pip pullback to try to catch it and swing it another 250 pips, 300 pips, if that makes sense? Because at some point, you're not going to be able to watch the market the entire time. You're going to have to let the market run and get comfortable with the market doing what it wants to do in order to get you the profit that you say that you want, if that makes sense.
It does. Now tell me, how do you determine your lot size? Do you use increasingly larger lot sizes as you
Uh,
obtain more equity?
yeah, basically, but it's like, okay, so you see how I'm entering on the account challenge? I have the tester lots, and that's the beginning lot sizes to see if the market is actually ready to hold. But once the market starts going up, we got, when the account got to $65 today for the PNL, I could have added more on that standpoint of the extra stretch of the leg, but we were going closer into Asian session. So because I knew we were going closer into Asian session, I run the risk of the spread widening, which would have kind of screwed up the accounts a little bit if we was too over leveraged because the spread would have widened and then I would have had to watch the margin percentage and then hope that we're not so close to 70% that it starts taking some positions. But then it's like a matter of even though that we got the extension, like let's say this is the daily chart, but let's say we're dealing with this level here. If we got this extension, even though I have the equity built, now I have to still wait for it to come back down, wait, and then the stack will still continue here. This is a daily chart setup, but it's still the same situation as if this was a 1 hour chart setup or a 15-minute chart setup because your entry into the buy is still off of those descending wedges. So until you get a descending wedge, a breaker structure of a descending wedge and a crossover, then it's like, should you really be buying, yet? And it's like during this account flip, say the first account we were in that account for like 3 weeks. We held that trade for 3 weeks, but my where I was messing up, where I corrected myself was going to be because I was stacking on the leg extensions instead of stacking on the retracements of the leg. That makes sense. So that's how I correct
Hmm.
myself. I let the market pull back. And even though we're looking at this standpoint on the daily chart, it's just easier to see right now on the daily chart, but all the time frames line up as one big puzzle piece. So this daily chart setup would be the exact same setup on the 1 hour chart. It's just a matter of it's a little smaller. Like even looking at it right now, this is impulse to the upside, retest to the downside, and I'm anticipating a takeoff. Drop it down into the 1 hour chart. It's impulse to the upside, retest to the downside. I'm anticipating takeoff. But then it's like, where are we taking off from? That's when you got to understand what's the rules of an uptrend, what's the rules of a downtrend, and be confident that you know what your true trend is and trade in that direction. Because if I can say I can understand true trend, but if I'm not willing to stack when the market is coming down, and I know that the market coming down would be my best entry into the buy, the market doesn't just come down on accident. It comes down, it falls and rises in structure. So now it's like rules